Hello, welcome to November 20th actually, yeah. How are you doing? You doing good? Okay, you're doing good, I guess. Why is my room so dark in here? Every time I do something, I always do it. Alright, let me get my lights real quick. Get you right there. Alright, what's up? Hey. What's going on, man? How you doing? You're doing good? Okay, I like that. My chest is hurting a little bit. I don't know why, but it is. But how you doing? You're doing good? I like that. I like that you're doing good. Because if you're not doing good, you're doing bad. CJ, how you doing? Hey, how you doing? I guess he's doing pretty good too. Look at that. She's gonna go beef with him. How you doing that? Where you going? She's a bully. She is. No topic planned, so I figure what the hell, why not talk about let's talk about I guess some more gaming memories or some shit. What's a memory I haven't talked about? I was thinking about Hollywood Video the other day, and it's sad, really. It really is. You know, you had Hollywood Video, which I guess it's not my first video store, but it was like my first. It was like the first big one that I remember. Obviously, there was Blockbuster, but you know, this can be a twofer. This can be a Blockbuster and Hollywood Video memories, because my memories of Blockbuster are pretty small. Hey, you get down from it. Let's go right here. No, you stay down. Stay in bed. No, it's not for you. Alright, so Blockbuster really, I guess it's not my first store, but it was before Hollywood Video, so we'll start there. The year was probably 1996, 97 or so. I was in kindergarten or so. I was living in the town of Dryden, and very small apartment. I don't even remember if I had a bedroom or not. I think it was just like a living room area, a smaller room over there. I forget the word it's for, like a it's like an all-in-one apartment. Like there's no separate rooms. It's all just like one big space, but it has its separate, like there is a bathroom, but then like the kitchen's part of the room too and stuff. So it's, I forget it. Yeah, I don't know. It's one of the small apartments. A very small apartment, but I liked it. And I remember renting Super Star Wars for the Super Nintendo, and it was really hard and I could never beat it, but we never took it back. So we basically just kept accumulating more and more, like no return fund or fees. And when we did take it back and try to rent something, it was ridiculous. It was like $800 or something. It was up in the hundreds of dollars. I know that 800 might be a bit much, but I know it was a couple $100. And we were just like, nope, we're done. Fuck you. We're out of the store. So we got done with Blockbuster. And then the year must have been, because this was right around the time that the PS2 and Xbox were out, and the GameCube. Because I remember going in there and they still had like NES games and 64 games, and I was like, that's cool. But I never bought any of their games, older games. No, there was a couple older games I bought, actually, now that I think about it. But for the most part, I went in there to get the new games and the new movies. Oof. That was the fun part. Because when you rented something, you had it for 5 days. So what would happen is you would go in on like Friday night or something. We always went in on like Monday or some shit. And then we would get basically, you know, usually 2 or 3 of the newest movies. And this was at a time where there was always new movies coming out. Every week there was new movies. And the store was just insanely big with movies. Like, the entire just shelves and aisles full of movies. There was so many movies. And then there was the game wall, which was generally like a wall and then like a bunch of shelves of games. And it was so cool. Like, because there was so much stuff you could do in there, you know. So usually what would happen is we'd go in there. We'd go straight to the game wall, of course. And I would look at whatever game interested me. At that time, I was doing GameCube games a lot, because that was my first console for that generation. And I picked up the GameCube games, and this was like probably year one of the GameCube, so there really wasn't much coming out or already out. So I remember running every single GameCube game that they had, even the sport games. So I remember playing like, what's baseball? NBA? No, that's basketball. It's MLB. I was playing MLB, and I remember there was like a rewind feature, and I just kept replaying it, and I hated baseball, so I didn't really like the game. Except for backyard baseball, that was good stuff. And then I played basketball games, same thing. There was a slow-mo feature, and I remember my cousin coming over, and we were just playing this like match in an outside court, and we were just like throwing the ball up into the air, then rewinding it, so it'd go back. It looked like he was like dancing. It was awesome. But shitty games though. I can't play sport games. So I remember playing all those games. I remember playing all the racing games, and obviously the good action games and stuff. But what would happen is after we'd get our game, usually I'd get a game or two, we would go over to the movies, go over to the new releases first, and then we would every time go aisle by aisle, just looking at the cover of every movie. Not like picking them up, but, you know, just glancing at all the movies, you know, just seeing what was out there. And there's certain movies covers that would always stick in my head. There's one with, like, it's the cover of, like, a baby, it's like looking at a baby's face, but it has sunglasses on, so you can see, like, the reflection of the main characters of the movie or something. For some reason, that's, like, ingrained in my memory. What's that movie, God. AVGN talked about it. About how, like, it's got, like, that old guy, like, flying on the cover of it. Something about sex, I think. I can't remember the cover, but it's like a movie that, it had, like, a bunch of movies, and then all of a sudden the title was, like, it had, like, a really big number in the title, and it was like, what the where are the rest of the movies, you know? Naked Bullet or something? Sex Bullet, Naked something? Naked Man, Naked... Something Naked. I can't remember. There was that... I can't remember any other movies, but after we'd get a couple movies, which I remember renting Little Nicky like 3 times from them. I love that movie. But we'd always go up to the checkout thing, and there was never that bad of a line. We were always pretty early in there. I'd always grab a Pepsi, and then I'd grab a bag of gummies, and then we would go home. And I remember the whole way just eating my gummies on the way home and drinking my Pepsi. Just want to get home, Dad. I want to get home. Let's go home. Let's go home. So I'd be doing that. And then, what else was going on? There was this other Hollywood video that was put in another part of the town. And this was around the time that Pepsi Blue was out. Every time I went there, I'd buy a bottle of Pepsi Blue. Memorable games that I rented. It's weird because I never really liked it, but the Castlevania PS2 game. I can't remember if it was the first one or second one, but I rented one of them, and I remember coming home and playing it and just being so disappointed. There was that. I'm sure there was some other games I can't think of right now. And then when Game Crazy was put into the store, that's another video entirely. My Game Crazy memories, but I loved Game Crazy. That became my ritual too. Is we'd go into Game Crazy entrance, and then we'd go to Hollywood Video afterwards. Then we'd go back through Game Crazy's entrance, and I loved it. But it sucks. I love the convenience of being able to just rent movies, but I like going to a store and just having wall to wall, like, just an archive of things, you know. Aside from libraries, you can't really do that anymore, you know. But that's my memories of Hollywood Video and I guess Blockbuster. My short history of Blockbuster. Alright, goodbye.